Hey guys. Oh my goodness. How are you? I'm super excited. I'm just getting set up right before I go live. I'm coming to you from my bed, which, as you guys know, I love working from my bed. So it's such a vibe. But anyway, it's Colleen Gallagher here for episode 89 of the Colleen Gallagher podcast. And so if you are a returning podcaster, oh, hey. And if you are brand new, hello, welcome. I'm super excited to have you here and be present with you in this space. It's going to be an amazing episode because it's episode 89. And I can't believe we're almost at 90 episodes. It literally blows my mind. And before I get into it, I just want to share with you this podcast was really created with the intention to be a space that you can come in and tune in to receive a frequency that will activate, educate, and empower you to begin living a lifestyle you love that supports you financially. This became a passion of mine because I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer at age 14. And after 9 long years of suffering, I self-healed my body, mind, and soul. So in these episodes, I bring you my own voice, as well as people I meet along my journey to offer perspective, inspiration, and real life proof that when you choose to follow your dreams, you say yes to what is inside of your heart, that you do begin to create a lifestyle that is wildly impactful, fulfilling, and abundant beyond your wildest dreams. And so get ready, tune in, make sure to subscribe on whatever platform that you listen to, and please make sure to leave us a review. It means so much to me when I see those reviews and I see that you guys are loving it or feedback. So anyway, you also can email us on my website, www.colleengallagher.co, to request episode topics and let us know how everything's going. And so with that, I'm so excited to jump into today because today I want to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. It's been, oh my gosh, my hair, you guys, it's kind of like whatever. But anyway, it's very near and dear to my heart. And it's something that came up a lot last week with my current clients, like many, many clients. So I really wanted to talk about it in episode 89 is money. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about money. Woo! I hope you guys like my little song. But I really want to talk about this because a lot of my clients have this reoccurring theme come up where they feel like that money's not dropping in or that they're running on a scarcity mindset or that there's just something wildly wrong with them and money. And this came to me because I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I was staying with a friend and I'm watching something they're watching something on TV and it's going over dinosaurs and like these scientists who are literally like looking like, still looking at dinosaurs, still analyzing them. And I saw that there was grant money. There's someone who's providing grant money to study dinosaur poop. And I was like, what? And it was like a $20,000 grant for someone to have 20, like to literally just study dinosaur poop to tell us more about the dinosaurs. And so I paused for a moment and I was like, do we even like, how do the dinosaurs help our future? Like we're spending $20,000 on dinosaur poop. And does that literally at all help human evolution? Like, I don't get the point of it. And they were like, no. And I was like, I mean, Space Force I can get because it's like we're going there, but like dinosaurs, like they're not coming back. Like, what answers are they giving us to real life today problems? And so this just mind blown me, right? That there was $20,000. It's just one grant, let alone I don't know how many grants there are. So what I wanted to share, what I wanted to say, what's on my mind and heart is that you do not have a money problem. You are not living in scarcity. There's no issue. If there's someone who can waste, in my opinion, $10,000 or $20,000 on dinosaur poop being studied, you can surely have enough belief in yourself that you are a person of high integrity, of high value, I mean, you definitely have more in you than dinosaur poop that was extinct from a long time ago. And if you don't believe that, I'm not really sure. Like to me, that fundamentally changed something in my mind. I'm like, there's everyone I meet now is better than dinosaur poop. Like I know that for a fact. They're just like a human right? That's like a human universal right or thing. And so I wanted to just say that when you're here and you're wanting to make money or you're wanting to go to the next level of money, like the more you make it about the money, the more you're missing the point. The more you make it about enjoying your life, about impacting, about sharing, about listening to different things in your reality, and then learning how to communicate it in a way that others can receive what you're saying and also feel like they're connected to you. The sooner you can do that, the more money is naturally going to show up. Like, right, I don't really have to think about how money from my publisher and my books is going to get to me. Like I already know that the work is working. I already know that from my books that it's out in the world. People are reading it. People are talking about it, and that I'm going to receive money from it. Right. I don't have to think about how the money is going to come. I created the communication channel through a book. I'm creating the communication channel through this podcast. I don't have to think about how this podcast is going to make me money. I know that there's a lot of you that are here listening, and I love connecting with you. I feel your energy. I go back and read every comment on YouTube, and you guys comment on anything. I always respond in my email. When you guys reach out and you share things about the podcast, I always respond. I always like really take the time to read through everything and make sure it's clear. Like I'm so big on that. Right. So if I was just like, okay, I'm going to show up this morning and I know that this podcast has to get me X amount of money. Like, okay, that would, first of all, that doesn't even sound fun. And that could be limiting. Why would I say this podcast, this episode needs to get X money? Why don't I just say I'm going to go up and having a great time and I'm going to talk about money, because I've realized that people are having issues with money, and I realized the thing about dinosaur poop. I can't get over that still. But anyway, like I realized that. So why not just show up, have a great time, share what I know to be true about money, and then the cards will lay where it lays, and then people will become clients when they need to become clients, or people will be activated in their own right, or people will share it with a friend. People will create conversation. Why don't I just trust that and do that? And the money naturally comes. But the moment you're like a 9-to-5 job, like I clocked in at this time and I need clocked out at this time and I get this much money, like, you know, that mentality doesn't even work. That mentality isn't even fun to exist in. Of like, it's payday on Friday. Where's my money? Let me make sure it's coming through. Like, that's so boring. Like, I would hate that. Like, I love looking at my Stripe and being like, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. Like, I had someone pay yesterday at 444, and then I had like a 309 and a 509. It was like so funny. Like, it was like people are like enrolling at these specific times, which I thought was beautiful. And that makes me happy. That makes me excited. I'm more excited about that than like, I have to wait 2 weeks to get paid. Am I going to get paid? Is it going to be on time? Is something going to happen? That just doesn't feel fun. Like, who wants to live a life like that? And so what I wanted to share in this episode, because I wrote a beautiful, beautiful post on this, is that if you are obsessing over money, like you're like, how is money going to happen? How is it going to work? And trust me, I've been there. The reason I can talk about this is because I've been there. I've been the person that even though I was making $100,000 in salary, every 2 weeks I would be like, oh my God, is the money there yet? Is the money there yet? And I would be like so excited. And then I would like spend it all on that weekend. And like literally I'd have to like crunch the numbers for the next 2 weeks and be like, oh my God, like I was just very like, oh my God, yay, money's here and let me spend, and money's here and let me spend. Like I just was very like, I don't know, not grounded in it. And it was always like this 2 week cycle of binging, but then to have a little bit left over to binge, to have a little bit left over. Like it just wasn't something where now it's like, there's always more than enough. I live in a life of more than enough, and it's all the time. So when you are grabbing on so tightly to money, you're married so tightly to it, you're pulling on it, you're feeling, and this could be in relationships, but anyway, well, let's back up before I get into this. You have a relationship with money. All of us have a relationship with ourselves. We have a relationship with our bed. We have a relationship with this mic. How do I take care of this mic? I wrap it really carefully and I put it in my carry-on bag, and I always make sure I tighten it so it's not loose. Like, you know, you have a relationship with everything. And so with money, what is your relationship like? Is it needy? Is it scarcity? Is it, oh my God, is there always going to be enough? Oh my God, there's never going to be enough. Oh my God, as soon as I get it, I'm going to spend it all. Like, think of if you were money, how would you like your relationship with you? If you were money, how would you like your relationship with you? And if you're constantly on this thing of you need it, you're pulling it, it's always never quite there. It's because you may have a slight addiction to it, like I did, where I would literally feel like if I didn't have money, I was going to die. And that came from when I had cancer, because I saw parents argue over when they didn't have money to pay their children's treatment. I saw like this really scary place with money. And so it made me in this like dire survivor need with money. And so until you go, okay, money is simply energy. Money is simply an object. Money has nothing to do with my happiness. It is totally outside of my happiness realm. Like until I look at that, and this is a practice, right? You can draw a line in the sand and say it's here, but when you draw a line in the sand and say, I'm going to have a healthy relationship with money, it means I'm never going to say again, I don't have the money. I'm never going to again say that I'm worried about money. Instead, I'm going to hear those thoughts that come inside of me. I'm going to hear the voices of I'm worried about money. I'm scared about money. I don't know if I have enough money. I hear you. And I'm going to communicate about it in an expansive way. You know, right now I'm feeling really nourished and full. That doesn't feel aligned. Right now, you know, I'm really trying to save for this. So I'm cutting back the expenses on that. Something like that, instead of just saying, I don't have the money is not there. Is it going to be there? Oh my God, how's it going to work? Like you would never like invest in a home or in a piece of clothing that you really like. Or like this might can be like, oh my God, if I invest in this, I have to know how I'm going to get the money back. How's the money going to come back? Like you're never going to go to dinner and be like, how am I going to get the money back from this meal? That's just not what you would do. So why would you do that about investing in mentorship or education or coaching Why would you do that? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And so the more that you feel like you are on this need, you are in this place of, I need money, you're having a chemical reaction. It's just like an addiction to drugs, just like an addiction to alcohol or sex. You are having a chemical reaction to money, and anything that causes a chemical imbalance, right? That would start to be an addiction, because you're needing something to offer a relief of the chemical imbalance. And the chemical imbalance for you around money would be some type of trauma, whatever that it is. And honoring that this is a process that all of us have gone through, but you don't need money. What you get to do, what you need to focus on, what your addiction should be, is that you're addicted to impact. You're addicted to sharing. You're addicted to listening to the message, like hearing the thoughts inside your head and going, what are the solutions to the problems I have solved in my own life? And how do I share that with more people? All you have to do is show up and share. But if you don't show up on anywhere or anything, you're getting no exposure. You're hiding yourself in a corner and you're not exposing yourself to people. You're not sharing yourself with people. You're not communicating yourself to people. Then how is money going to flow into you? How are you going to impact people's lives? Like, yes, we're telepathic. Yes, we can meet in the mind's eye. Yes, we can go to all these places. But if you're not actually doing the action of showing up on on a platform, on something like this, then how are you going to receive money? You're going to always stay stuck. And that's a loop. You're staying stuck in a loop instead of taking the action you need to take to get somewhere, because you're purposely being addicted to suffering. I shouldn't say purposely, subconsciously, but you're more used to that habit. Internal family systems, what they say is that you're living out a pattern. You are living out a pattern in your life. And so if your pattern is used to suffering, you're going to find every excuse under the sun why to not take action. And I'm here to remind you, the only way for you to really become who you want to be is you've got to get on a platform, whatever type of platform, get exposure to share the messages inside of you, to share the story inside of you, to share what's happening internally. You have to just start. You have to do one thing. You have to make the commitment that today I'm going to do this one thing, 1% different every day to get me closer. This is the thing I'm doing. That's what you have to do. And sometimes it may look like leaving a relationship. I just went through that, where I left a relationship because where I want to go, it didn't align. Doesn't mean that I still don't love him or I still don't care about him, but it was what was best for me at that point in my life. And I think with money, it's the same thing. Are you going to sit in a job that I remember I was working in a corporate job twice, right? And I put a day on the calendar that this is the day that I'm leaving, right? And when you're working a corporate job, I do understand that it's not as easy to always be creative, but my second job when I was in New Zealand, I mean, I was waking up at 3 a.m. I was getting the creative juices out of me. I was writing my book. I was doing whatever. I was working full days, doing yoga. I mean, it was like no sleep. Like that was maybe like the time of my life. It was about 3 months, no sleep at all. It was like mentor, coaching, reading, writing, work. I mean, it was crazy. I honestly look back and I don't really know how I did it, but there has to be a point when those 3 months, absolutely, I do it all over again. If I got to live this life, why would I not do that again? That's what started my momentum. That's what started me to have a book that 3-4 years later can be published. Well, along with my other books, like, why would you not do that? Why would you not have that? Like, that doesn't make sense. It's just 3 months of getting up and pounding the producing energy in you to have a freedom life, to never worry about money again. Absolutely. 3 months to never worry about money again. Why would you not do that? That's an absolute no-brainer to not do that. So anyway, what I wanted to share is I feel like there was a lot of my clients last week who really were struggling with scarcity and money. And number one, you do not have a money issue. So let's just claim that there is no money issue. There's someone receiving $20,000 in free grant money because someone wanted to donate it to study dinosaur poop. So next time you think you have a money problem, you do not have a money problem, unless you think you're less than dinosaur poop, which you're not. I hate to tell you, I will be the person that tells you that. You are not. You are far greater than dinosaur poop. Something that is extinct, that's a feces, that's frozen, I don't even know. So anyway, there's that. 2, you don't have a money issue. 2, the other thing that I want you to think about or share about is that you focus more on your sharing, focus more on the ideas inside your head, focus more on getting exposure, focus more on sharing the truth of who you are. Focus on that. Whatever it is, 1% a day, do something to share it, something to expose yourself, something to connect. The reason you're here is to connect. If you're hiding yourself away, again, you would be causing your own psychological suffering. So connect, do something to reach out and that. Number 3, I didn't really talk about it, but I think it's important, is that things do take time. My business is 4 years old. We just went through 4 years. We're on our 5th year, which is super exciting. And what I want to share with you, or what's really important, is that when I was doing launches in my first year in business, when I do launches now, it's totally night and day different. I'm not attached to money. I'm not needing the money. I'm much more in my own flow. Money will come whenever it comes. I'm super excited. like I love helping my clients. I love having conversations. I love talking to strangers. I love looking through the comments. I'm able to go to get my hair done and talk about what's on my heart and mind. Like I'm much more free in my expression of me. I'm much more free in the way that I live my life. I'm much more free in whatever that it is. So what I want you to know, or what I want you to feel, or what I want you to hear is that just begin to do something that's letting you express who the truth of you really is. It's letting other people experience that. And from that space, money will naturally come, right? Because when you share, you're always going to have an offering, something that just, if you really like this, you want to go deeper. Here's the product, here's the service, here's the membership, here's what I do. If not, I really would enjoy if you share this, if whatever that is, and connect with people. There might be someone you meet today that they could be 100,000 client 4 years from now. They could be watching. It wasn't the right time. And then it's the right time. Don't get so caught up on the money needs to happen right here today. Just be focused on your craft. Like it would be crazy for an artist to be like, I'm going to make $100,000 art piece. And then like they do it, like they limit themselves. As an artist, you literally are going, I'm going to make this art piece and it's going to be with this style, this thing. And here's the intention for it. But if you even say just $100,000, it could be $1 million art piece. Why limit yourself? So don't get so attached to how the money's going to come. The money's already there. The money's already printed. The money's already flying around. There's nothing there's no actual needing of creation of money to be happening. Like it's already printed. Like there's nothing you need to actually do to get the money. It's literally just here. You just have to share and offer and show up. And from that place of that, it's going to naturally come. And the less you are attached to the timeline of it needs to happen right now, today, yesterday, an hour ago. And you're just like, this is my intention of when I want it to come. I know it's already coming. Now let me go live my life and enjoy my life. That's when it comes, because the relationship isn't so much, I need you. Just as if you were in a relationship and it's like, I need you to be here right now, right this second. You're probably like, I'll be here 2 minutes early. I'll be here 5 minutes late, because no one likes to say, I need you here right now at this moment. No one likes that. It's not fun. It's not expansive. And especially if they can feel you get here. Like, it's not fun. It's not a fun experience. It's not a fun time. And that's the same with money. So anyway, I wanted to offer that. I think it was really, really important. I think I really deep into it. And those are the things that's on my heart and mind with money mindset, to really grow into a 6-figure, multi-7-figure empire, whether it's online, offline, in your life, whatever that it is. And the other thing that I want to share with you guys is I have a 28-day accelerator that's going to be all of February. So it's how to accelerate your life in all areas of your life. And this is for you. If you're a magical alien, if you're a secret alien that's been undercover, this is for you. And I'm going to release a piece of content every day. So whether it's a video, an audio, meditation, mindset, like something's going to be released every single day. About 3 to 5 minutes, and you have lifetime access. So if you miss a day, it's no worries. And it's really to accelerate love, relationships, money, holistic healing, friendship, communication. I mean, everything. There's literally everything in this. And then on top of that, we have 4 live calls, one per week. So one on the first week of February, second week of February, third week of February, fourth week of February. And so it's $28. I've never done something with this much content with this low of investment. It's crazy, but it's what the universe told me, right? And I could have gotten in the way. My head could have said a million things, but humbled myself. That's the way it was revealed. Align and go through. And so I'm super, super excited. You also have a VIP option if you want to have 24/7 access to me and you want to have a one-on-one call, which will be amazing. So I highly recommend going to the link in my bio, and you can click that to get access to it. It's going to be just phenomenal. So highly, highly, highly recommend. And I can't wait to meet all of you who have already enrolled. It's going to be the best time ever. And then the other thing that I want to share, we have a few other things coming up in February, so be on the lookout, but we have 2 events that are going to be in March. One is going to be my retreat. It's going to be March, and the other is going to be my podcast. Celebrating 2 years old. It's going to be an event in LA. I'm super excited about. We're going to have a fabulous night for those of us who believe in the mission of love, who want to activate, educate, and empower humanity. I'm going to celebrate it. It's going to be a live event in LA. Tickets will be limited, but I'm super, super, super excited and just so grateful. So anyway, with that, I love you. I hope you have a beautiful week and moment in time. I hope to see you in the accelerator. Either at my retreat or at the podcast event. And then the third thing would be, make sure you get my book, Live Your Truth, on Amazon or on my website. If you get it, message me, so that way I can get you the link to the free virtual book talk. It'll be free on February 2nd if you've gotten the book, if you've bought the book. After that, it will be $111. So you're going to make sure you want to get the book and get there. So I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'll see you all so soon.